Hi everyone! The three social media platforms that I use on a daily basis that I'm going to be talking about today are Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I definitely find myself on these sites on my phone far more often than on my computer, but it's definitely interesting to see the differences that the apps have from the actual website. So let's start with Facebook. Facebook is actually the one site that I visually enjoy more being on my laptop or desktop computer rather than my phone. I think it just flows much more aesthetically than the app, and obviously it's much easier to post with. Though the app has come a long way, I still find myself finding flaws and bugs with it, so I really don't use it that often. Um, and we all know that this is the box where we go when we want to post anything, whether that be a status, a photo, video, etc. And that this box is available on the newsfeed page, on our own profiles, or someone else's wall, so you can post at them directly. Um, Obviously, we have our own profiles, and it's nice and easy to figure out anybody's information, really. There's, photos and friends and anything about them, such as where we work or where we go to school. Um, And then over here, we obviously have our notifications where, we get notified if someone comments or likes something or posts anything that involves us. And then the direct messenger, which I think actually really does come in handy at certain times and is definitely a pro about Facebook. And here is where we receive our friend requests. So that's just a little navigation around the site. The newsfeed is definitely where I find myself spending most of my time when I am on Facebook. I just kind of scroll and scroll. So we can go look at my newsfeed. And with Facebook being my first social media account that I ever had and having it become such a huge part of my life that I looked forward to every single day after school, I definitely found it more fun as a young teen. But now there's lots of adults on Facebook, which is also great because I get to keep in touch with old friends and family, so that's definitely another pro about Facebook. Um, like, for example, on my newsfeed right now, I just found an old friend of mine is having a girl, so that's like super exciting, and I would never know that if I wasn't friends with her on Facebook, so gonna like that right now. Um, a con about Facebook, I would say, would definitely seem to be like it's a place where certain people think that they can vent or seek attention on things that the rest of the world doesn't necessarily need to know about. And I'll be honest, I've definitely thought about deleting my Facebook account before out of pure annoyance at posts that I see. However, I do think the good outweighs the bad, and it reminds you of things like birthdays that you may have otherwise forgotten about and events that you're attending, and all that can be found like over here. It's very easy to navigate on and very informative, and yeah, I know it's great for like meeting people. Like I know a lot of friends of mine, when they were freshmen, they would message their future roommates and as a way that they could communicate to get to know each other before they actually lived together, which is like awesome because our parents never had that option. So, it's also a great spot to, meet up with people in your classes to do a group project for school. So, while it can definitely get overwhelming at times, I do feel like I can get any information that I need through Facebook. So, I definitely think that it's a great social media platform. Um, so next we can move on to Instagram. Let's go to Instagram next. So, let's see. This is my Instagram page, and Instagram is by far my most favorite social media platform, and I find myself on it most often. I love photography, and I often find myself taking pictures specifically to post on Instagram. Yes, for the likes, I'm guilty. It's a weird sort of natural high to see your phone light up over and over again. It's hard to not think about the fact that we can sometimes go through so much trouble to take a certain picture, take the time to edit it, take the time to think of a great witty caption just for a number. Like that blows my mind over and over just to see how many likes we get. It's kind of crazy. So, a huge pro for Instagram is that when you're posting something, you can click Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, and a lot of other social media platforms to post them all at once. It's fast, convenient, and pleasing to have your posts go everywhere at the same time. So, another pro is that you can really find out just about any information through Instagram as well. There are ads, but not to the point where they're obnoxious. And when something goes on in the world, there's usually like mass posts about it. So, like on the news feed, like you can just go see anybody that you follow. Like videos now, I think the videos are for a minute now, so that's like exciting. They switch it up a lot, but you can find anything out. So kind of like Facebook, it's very on top of daily news and stuff. A huge con with Instagram though is that it doesn't let you post anything on the actual site. Like right here, or at the bottom of your phone is normally where you would post, but there's no option for that. You can obviously search anybody, follow people, like their pictures, comment their pictures, but there's nowhere to post. You have to have the app on your phone in order to do that. So that I think is definitely a con. I do believe that Instagram is already a very popular social media platform, but I think that they would get more users and have more use of their website if they gave that option. So overall, I think Instagram is a really great social media platform. And finally, we will go to Twitter. So this is my Twitter page. And I'll admit I do go on Twitter every single day, but it's definitely not my favorite social media platform anymore. A lot of my friends and followers seem to think the same thing and definitely don't use it as often as they used to, like when Twitter first came out. So when I scroll through the news feed, it's usually a quick little recipe video, retweets of vines, there's some ads occasionally, but it's nothing ever really exciting anymore, and I just kind of find it boring. So, um, I'll catch a funny tweet from an old friend from high school or find out my favorite singer is touring around me, but other than that, I find it kind of boring, like I said. So, a pro of Twitter is that it is for sure a great source of information, such as daily news, current events, instantaneous updates with sports, the election, a terrorist attack, etc. But I don't feel that they've stayed on top of updating or changing things about Twitter to keep their users interested after all of these years using it, which is definitely a con. So, another con is that you still only have 140 characters for your tweets. And to this day, since Twitter ever came out, I've never thought that that is enough. Um, it's just not enough for people to get out what they want to say all the time or to communicate by any means. So I just think that that could be something that they could switch up that might excite people about Twitter again. But I do go on Twitter on my phone when I do use it, and this website is like very foreign to me, but looking at it for the first time in a very long time, it does seem very similar to the app. So I don't think that they have any constraints as far as the usage goes. So that is just about all I have to say and wraps up all of my thoughts. So thank you for listening to my opinions on my favorite social media websites. Thank you.